And then share my application, content, application, check, check, check. There we go. Does that work? Can everybody see that? Okay, we can kind of see it. Yeah, you're definitely. Yeah, we did that last week, and we're working on it. Okay, so cooking loss test. I'm going to sit down and do this because I don't want to stand up anymore. So we're just laying this out from kind of top to bottom, left to right. On the this is a cooking loss test for a prime rib. On the left-hand side, we have the different components that make up this test. At the very top, we have the original weight, so 8.5 kilograms, which represents 100% of the original weight, because that is the original weight. We bought it at $26.21 per kilogram, which means that the total value or the total cost originally was 8.5 kilograms multiplied by $26.21 to give us a total cost of $222.79. Okay. Are we on Collaborate? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay. So the $26.21, that's the cost per kilogram. If we know how many kilograms we have, multiply the two, and we get the total. It's okay. Yeah, no worries. All right. Now, while some of this is kind of filled in for us, we would have to, in industry, we'd have to put these numbers in. For example, the loss in trimming. We lost 1.28 kilograms in trimming our prime rib to get ready to be cooked. We wouldn't really know how much that was until we actually conducted the test itself, or actually trimmed it ourselves. We want to represent that as a percentage of the original weight. So what we do is we take the loss in trimming, in this case it's 1.258 kilograms, and we divide it by the original weight, or 8.5 kilograms, to give us 15%. What this means is that we've lost 15% of the original weight in trimming it, right? This could be bones, fat. I'm not sure if prime rib has silver skin. It could be anything that you didn't want on that prime rib anymore, essentially. So now that we've trimmed it, our prime rib should equal, or the weight of our prime rib should equal 7.242 kilograms, which is just the original weight subtracting the loss in trimming. If we want to show that as the percentage of the original weight, we take the trimmed weight and we divide it by the original weight. So now that our prime rib has been trimmed, it weighs 85% of the original weight. Okay. Does anybody have any questions up until this point? No? Negative? Computer problems? Okay. So at this point, good. At this point, thank you, good sir. Oh. Note about getting older and getting up and starting to hurt more. Stuff is starting to crack. So now we can calculate a new cost per kilogram now that it's been trimmed, right? If we take the original value or the total value of when we bought it and we divide it by the amount of remaining kilograms, we get our new cost per kilogram. In this case, it's $30.76 per kilogram. So we've gone from $26.21 per kilogram. We've trimmed our prime rib, and our new cost per kilogram is $30.76. Okay. Again, showing that idea that as cost stays the same, and the amount of the product that we're working with is decreasing, the cost per kilogram must go up. Next, we've taken our prime rib, we've cut the fat off, we've taken some bones out of it. We're now getting it ready to cook, right? We put some mustard, Dijon mustard on it, or whatever you put on prime rib to cook it. And then we put it into the oven for however many hours. And we cooked it, and we've lost 2.354 kilograms in cooking the prime rib. Okay. We would represent this as a percentage of the original weight. Oops. Like this, which means that we lost 28% in cooking this prime rib. Again, this could be fat rendering out, this could be moisture, whatever the case. And now that we've cooked it, our prime rib now weighs 4.8888 kilograms. So again, less than what it was trimmed at. As a percentage of the original weight, or as a yield, the prime rib, now that it is 58% of the original weight, which is crazy. This is actually pretty accurate too. You lose a ton of prime rib in trimming it and cooking it. Which also means we have a new cost per kilogram of $45.58. That's taking the original cost and dividing it by the amount of remaining kilograms. So $222.79 divided by 4.888 kilograms will give you $45.58. Now that prime rib has been cooked, we want to, before we sell it, we have to take out some more bones and some more fat and stuff. So we take out those things. The additional bones and trims weighed 0.581 kilograms. And now that we've taken those things off of our prime rib, our sellable prime rib now weighs 4.307 kilograms. The ratio to original weight at this point, because it's the final ratio to original weight, is actually the yield of our prime rib. So in this case, our prime rib had a 51% yield. Because we had to cook it, we had to trim it, we had to take out bones and stuff. It is now 51% of the original weight, or only 51% of this prime rib was actually usable. We now calculate our final cost per kilogram. This is what we use to cost out portions. So we take the original cost, divide it by the amount of remaining kilograms, and we get $51.73 per kilogram. We've gone from $20.20 as purchased per kilogram to a final usable cost per kilogram of $51.73. If you want to make sure that you've done it right up until this point, a quick little check would be the final weight of the prime rib multiplied by the cost per kilogram. And if you get the same amount, in this case, $222.79, you're good. And this is where we calculate the cost of a portion. Let's say we have a 200-gram portion of prime rib. We would convert that to kilograms because our cost per unit is in kilograms. So in this case, 0.2. We then multiply it by the cost per kilogram. And we get $10.35. So the cost of a 200-gram portion of prime rib is $10.35. And the final yield of this product was 51%. And a lot of the reason why we do this with products like prime rib is because every time you get a prime rib, it's going to be different, right? It's going to be a different shape. It's going to have a different amount of fat. One might have 3 bones. The other one might have 2. Bones could be different sizes. So we have to do this every time we cook a prime rib. To show you or illustrate the importance of doing this, let's say we cost out, or based on this cost per portion, we're going to set a sales price for our prime rib. Okay, so let's say we're going to take our cost and we're going to mark it up by, in this case, by $10. There we go. And why can't that be seen? There we go. So let's say we're going to mark up our cost by $10 to give us a $20.35 sales price for a 200-gram portion of prime rib. Let's say we didn't do any of this, and then we just, we thought we have 8.5 kilograms of prime rib, and it cost us $26.21 per kilogram. Let's again say there's a 200-gram portion. If we didn't do any of this, we would think the portion cost would be $5.24. Okay, let's say we're marking up the same way. So we're going to mark it up by hold on. We're going to mark it up by $10. So we're going to do this at $10. We're going to sell our prime rib at a 200 gram for $15.24. In this case, over here, if we take the sales price minus the actual portion cost, we get $10, right? There's $10 of contribution. Over here, on the other hand, if we take the sales price and subtract the actual cost per portion, we're making $4.90 per sale. So if you do this properly, you can set a sales price whereby you can collect or realize all of the contribution margin for that one item. If you don't cost out correctly, not being limited to actually doing a yield test, you could be leaving money on the table. In this case, it's the difference between the two contribution margins. You're leaving $5.10 on the table every time you sell a prime rib. Can I help answer any questions about filling out a yield test? Negative? So what I'd like to do for the next 10 minutes here,